approaching a twisting storm. Please exercise caution. You're 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 approaching a twisting storm. Please exercise caution. storm. Please exercise caution.
Okay, so assessing the damage of this tornado. The wind speeds in this tornado, when it hit this house, so it took the roof of this house. So keep in mind, earlier the maximum peak of the tornado winds were around 155 miles per hour. But it was weakening, but let's just keep in mind, EF ratings don't always equate to the wind speeds. It's to the intensity. So, looking at the wind speed, the wind speed and the damage factor, winds for this house, the wind speeds had to be around 135 miles per hour at the most. So 135 miles per hour. So this is mainly so high end EF2, low end EF3. But for it to be a low end EF3, more walls had to be destroyed from this. We have roofs taken off. Parts of the walls or the ceiling was taken off. The ceiling is missing in this house. The door's been taken off. Glass is broken. The roof on the garage is missing. My observation for this house, wind speeds for this house the winds that when the tornado hit this house had to be around 135 miles per hour. So let me just say, but this may be the only house this is the worst. This house took the worst damage so far in this area. The tornado hit an area over here, which I'm gonna check out soon. But the damage, according to me, what I'm seeing, wind speeds had to be around 135 miles per hour as the tornado was weakening and hit this house. but it directly hit this house. The winds took the roof off this house because the tornado had a bigger area of circulation. The circulation must have been bigger as it came over. But the wind speeds were around 135 miles per hour. The tornado only took the part of the roof off of this house, so this house sustained about EF1 damage. Plus this house, so mainly EF1 damage to 2 houses. We have about EF2 damage to these, because EF2 would take an entire roof off a house. I'm seeing mainly EF1, EF2 damage here. From my perspective, this is mainly EF1 and EF2 damage. But I gotta see more damage before I give my final rating. So before I give my final rating, I'm gonna go to the other area that was hit. Wow, EF2, so far I'm just seeing EF1, EF2 damage. That might have been like a low-end EF3. It could have been a low-end EF3 in that one certain area, but for it to be a high-end EF... The wind speed were, like I said, the wind speeds were around 135 miles per hour as it hit that one house. But listen to this. So wind speeds in this general area would have to be around 111 to 135 miles per hour. So that would make it in EF2. Because the damage is equal to an EF2. But here's another thing. The damage, there was also damage to some structure of that ceiling, which EF2 can't take the ceiling off. I see a piece of debris over here. It hit a mobile home. I can't find the mobile home. Oh, it's over here. Okay, we got mobile home damage. Let me take a look. So it only took the roof off both of these. You know, it's Store Wolf. I don't need you to rate this. I don't need your rating for this one. I'm gonna do this one. So apparently, from what I'm seeing, the wind speed from the winds of the tornado, it only took the roof off. Broke some windows. So my guessing, so the wind speeds I'm gonna say were about close to around 86 to 110 miles an hour, maybe less. Could have been 85. So this would have likely been an EF0 or EF1. Mainly, probably EF1. Because if it was an EF2, these mobile homes would be destroyed. Yeah, for an EF2 to hit, if this was going to be an EF2, the mobile homes would have been destroyed. So there's only minor damage to these areas, or to 2 mobile homes. Every other mobile home is fine. Okay, so overall, the most damage I've seen Oof. And there's lag. Yeah, this thing only took the roof off of the house, of the mobile home. So, from my understanding, Storm will shut up. Let me rate it. Yeah, shut up, Stormwolf. I'm rating this. This is EF. This is mainly EF 0 damage here. Over the next town over, we had EF1, EF2 damage to multiple homes. EF1 damage to some of the homes there. So, from my understanding, in one home sustained, it's silly, but this I will say is about. This wasn't a really strong tornado. It was around mainly the EF2 range when it hit stuff. Storm, I said EF0 in the trailer park, you retard. Listen. And I'm not talking about just the trailer park. I'm talking about the entire everything that the tornado damaged, you absolute imbecile. See? Hold up. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take a screenshot of the damage caused, and then later I'm gonna edit the picture and put numbers with little damage indicators on it, so I can assess it. Oh, let me get a wider shot. Let me get another one. There we go. Storm, I'm talking about the damage to all of the stuff here. You absolute asshead. Let me. Just shut up, Storm. Just shut up. Just shut up. I said could have been EF1 because I know. I said could have been. Different. You do not understand what the word I'm saying. Let me look at the damage. Let me look at all the damage in certain areas. So let me put my in. Let me see. So for damage wise, so we have that part of the rule that's EF1. So 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. The strongest portion of the tornado was over here. Let me show you these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This was the strongest port. strongest portion of the tornado was over here, but then it shifted this way, caused damage to over here. EF2. Is that a funnel? Hold on, zoom in over there. Hold on, zoom in on that. Is that a funnel? Yeah, that's a funnel. We have an this was mainly an EF2 apparently. Well, from what I'm saying, Stormwolf, is the wind speed range for this tornado to be for it to be rated EF2. The wind speeds were around 111 to 135 miles per hour. Now we have a new tornado over another area. Let's see how this one goes.
You're approaching a twisting storm.
Shut up!
Please exercise caution.
Okay, so now what I'm going to do is the lights appeal. So I'm going to have to talk about the EF scale now, just to get a little perspective for some people who still think I don't know how to rate tornadoes. Because this is frustrating to know some people still think I don't know how to do this, when I've done this a lot. First thing I need to do is find a game. Sorry about that, y'all. My fucking computer crashed. Sorry for that. But my damn computer crashed. So let me find a game, a good tornado game. You know what? I'm just gonna do it on my game. Hopefully, no, not my game. I got something else in mind. No, I'm just going to no. You know what? Let me go into one of my games, and I have the scale in place in this game. In one of my games, I have a scale in place in one of my games, so I can show you guys what I mean by how I rate tornadoes. Okay, guys. So, like I said, I already had the scales in place. Now, there's two different scales that were used to rate tornadoes at first. The first one is the Fujita scale. But then in 2007, we moved on to the enhanced Fujita scale, or EF scale. Now, let me just show you guys about these two. Let me just show you the scale we use currently. Ignore the Mezzo one. That's part of a game. That was this GUI is from one of my games. It's from one of my games, basically. So ignore the Mezzo thing. But here we go. So first off, we have an EF0. Now for the wind range for an EF0 is 86 to 180. Sorry, I can't talk today. EF0 is 65 to 85 miles per hour. You have roof shingles peeled off, damage to gutters, tree branches are broken. In EF1, you have winds 86 to 110 miles per hour. So, any tornado, if you have wind speeds from 86 to 110 miles per hour, that tornado is likely going to be in EF1. Okay, EF1 damage here, glass shattered, roof shingles, roof damage, mobile homes could be flipped. But then, let's say the tornado still intensifies. You have winds down 111 to 135 miles an hour. This is like doing EF2, okay? And the damage is equal to that. Winds are now strong up to not just flip a mobile home, but completely destroy it. Roofs are ripped off. Debris could just be sent like missiles. And that's how most tornado deaths occur. So basically, but let's say it still intensifies. Now you're dealing with an EF3 now. Yeah, say the tornado you're dealing with has winds exceed 150 miles per hour. That is likely EF3 damage. Okay? EF3 damage here, well-built homes destroyed, vehicles are lifted and tossed, severe damage to large buildings. Okay, but it gets worse. Damage. but thank goodness less than 1% of all tornadoes are classified higher than EF3. Well, let's say that's what you're dealing with. Wind speeds reach 180 miles per hour. That is likely EF4 damage. Okay? Houses are leveled and destroyed. Cars and other objects are lifted and drawn several hundred feet. And that is literally your worst nightmare. Like, look, in the past, a bus was carried more than half a mile, a mattress some 40 miles, and paper lofted and carried by a tornado for over 200 miles. Tornadoes of this speed can lift heavy objects and just toss them all around. But then, say you get a tornado that's stronger. So you're in a situation, there's a large tornado, a wedge tornado, that's a wedge. Wedge tornado means a tornado that's wider than it is tall. They can be more than a mile across, more than 2 miles across. Imagine it coming at you with winds over 200 miles per hour. That is a deadly EF5. EF5 damage here. Basically houses swept off their foundation, slabs remain, trees are uprooted or debarked, heavy damage to high-rise buildings, concrete structures badly damaged. Less than 0.1% of all tornadoes are EF5. Literally, EF5. And to demonstrate this, I'm going to go into one of my games just to demonstrate the damage. Now I'm going to demonstrate the damage. Oh, Leafy's VIP server expired. There's probably already a tornado on the ground here in my game, but let me show you guys. I'm going to demonstrate the effects of the damage. Yeah, there's a tornado already on the ground. I'm going to mute my game volume so I can get this clearly. So y'all can clearly understand my voice. Now I want you guys to listen carefully to what I'm about to say. Listen carefully, because this is some important information that I'm about to give. Ignore the 3.5 mile wide tornado with over 1,000 mile an hour winds. Ignore that. That's not what I'm focusing on. See right here. See, here's the tornado doing damage. And here's my EF scale again. Let's take a look at the scale again. See, none here. Parts of our roof are peeled off. You see this? See y'all? The damage is doing exactly as it is. Now, oh my God, I love these particle effects. Now, as you can see, looks like our tornado has gained strength. Yeah, we're getting winds now of over 190 miles an hour. This is likely EF4 damage occurring. Let's check it out. Is this EF? Yes, we do. We have EF4 damage here. I mean, look at the tornado. You can't even see it from edge to edge. Basically, this is basically the wedge tornado. Another thing about wedge tornadoes, they have a wider base of circulation, which means they can destroy anything ahead of it. And there's one thing, there's one thing about tornadoes that breaks my heart to hear. Is knowing that kids that got killed, whether it's in the school, in their home. Like the first time I heard this shocker was Moore, Oklahoma, May 20th, 2013. As 2 schools were hit, 7 kids were killed. Now that the EF skills part's out of the way, there have been occasions where kids' lives have been in danger from tornadoes. And what's the one thing on that parent's mind? Getting to that school before the tornado hits. That is not a good idea. Because you're just putting your own life at risk trying to save your kid from the tornado. So if I was a parent, hold on. Any of y'all may not know this, but... Oh, wait, hold on. Before we do that, is this EFI damage? Yes, it is. See, nothing remains. As I was saying, there are times I know where a worst nightmare can be feared during a tornado. I told a story yesterday in the stream. It is so amazing that I never believed it at first, but now I do. That was on May 3rd, 1999. I told some of y'all the story yesterday about the baby that was ripped out of her mother's arms by a tornado. I may have told y'all this story yesterday. But those of you who have not heard the story, here's what happened. It was in Bridge Creek, May 3rd, 1999. An F5 tornado ripped through the town of Bridge Creek. A family takes cover. A mother and her baby are sucked into the air. This tornado had winds of over 300 miles per hour. And of course, the tornado was too strong for the mother to hold on to her baby, so... Like anything, the tornado just kind of gripped onto the baby and ripped it from the mother's arms. Baby and mother go in opposite directions. Now, you may think, oh, that baby was killed. But no, it was not. It was not killed. The baby was found by a local deputy officer up against a tree. The police officer thought it was like a little doll, but then he realized it was a baby. He picked up the baby. It was covered in mud. Once he laid the baby onto his police car, it started crying. The baby had no internal injuries, only a few bruises, and it survived. She survived by the grace of God. How is that for an amazing story? Now, I'm gonna actually put it was in an episode of Storm Story. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get that episode. I will put a link to that episode in the stream chat if you would like to see it. Trust me, guys, you will not believe it. And plus, the thumbnail of that episode is actually the baby that was sucked away in the tornado. It's so amazing to see that? Hold up. Let me find the episode. I found the episode. Now, if you would like to see this episode, here's a link in the stream to it. That is the episode. That is actually the episode where, and that was the baby that was ripped from her mother's arms by the tornado. This is an amazing story to tell. If you have not seen this episode of Storm Stories, please watch it. Please watch that episode. The story is unreal. It is truly scary to see how a baby was ripped from her mother's arms by a tornado. This was terrifying, and like I said, it was in this episode of Storm Stories. The baby was blown from her mother's arms. This is a true story. Okay, Cranboy, if just a reminder, I don't know if you heard the story, but I'll tell it again. Have you not know if you all didn't know this story, you're going to be shocked. In the stream chat, name one tornado you know from May 3rd, 1999 that happened during an outbreak. If you're in the stream, type it in the stream chat, one tornado from the May 3rd outbreak. I'll be right back, my phone's ringing. Yeah. Alright. Guys, I will be right back. But guys, have y'all heard the story about, Cranboy, you know the story about the mother that was ripped from her mother's arms in Bridge Creek during a tornado? You heard this story? Trust me, every weather expert and every tornado expert knows the story. I know this story. Everyone knows the story. Our story, I will retell the story when I come back. I gotta do something real quick. I will be right back. So until I get back, I will entertain you guys by playing some music. Also, Cran, let me do something for you right quick, bro. Cranboy, say something in the stream chat again, so I can make sure you have it. I will be right back. So until I get back, enjoy the music.
Nothing here is what it seems. You've been chasing after empty dreams. This world's been lying to you, pulled you further from the truth, took you to a cold place, filled your heart with disgrace, isolated all alone. You can't even go home, left you there wondering how you ever got like this. You got like this. Oh, but just